Now on to our Player of the Year, Gene Elliott from West Des Moines. This is his third Player of the Year award, also won in 2002 and 2011. He also was the Senior Player of the Year in 2012. Mentioned this already, but as you know, teamed with Mike, made match play at Olympic Club. It was fun to watch you guys play and to be out there with you. That was a blast. He had 3 wins this year, teamed up with Mike to win the IGA Floorball Championship. He won the Iowa Masters, and maybe about the only event he hadn't won yet. He finally got the victory at the IGA match play out at the Tournament Club of Iowa. Like I said, lost to his good friend Mike in a playoff at the Iowa Amateur, so he finished runner-up there. Qualified for the U.S. Mid-Amateur Championship at Wakanda, where he was the medalist, shot the lowest score out of really the most we've had play in that qualifier in a long time. Also recorded top 5 finishes at the Iowa Mid-Amateur, the Carroll Amateur, and the Briarwood Amateur. Finished top 10 at the Herman Sani tournament. So that's it, Gene. That's all you did. And there's a whole bunch of other accomplishments on the senior side that I didn't put on this list, just because we wanted to get you home at some point tonight. But our Player of the Year for the 3rd time is Gene Elliott.
Thanks, Chad. You know, there's somebody in this room that we all, everybody here, owes a lot of gratitude to, and that's Bill Dickens. Bill came on board in 2001, I believe, as executive director of the IGA. And golf in 2001 in Iowa was on very shaky ground. The pros and the amateurs had split up. We didn't have an executive director. There was fighting on the board. There was lawsuits threatened back and forth from the pros and the amateurs. And here comes Bill in from West Virginia. And right away I knew this guy knew how to run a golf association. And his first couple of years were really shaky, and I could see he was getting frustrated, but he kept his cool. And I just prayed that he wouldn't quit. I mean, if he could just hang in there and get through all the battles, and once we got him through all that and to the other side, we'd be much better off. And I'm telling you, you know, Mike and I and some of the other guys travel all over the country, and we got one hell of a good Iowa Golf Association here, and we owe much of that to Bill. So my hat's off to you, Bill. I have a support group of my own. My boys flew in Friday from Colorado to be here, and they got here a little early, so that was good. My wife Delana and her sister Natalie is here, but my wife, she keeps me grounded. You know, when I play good, she's like, "Oh, why didn't you play better?" And when you don't play good, she picks me back up. But she's a good solid rock for me. My parents, Glenn and Eileen, are here. They sponsored the new Iowa Amateur Trophy called the Elliott Family Iowa Amateur Championship Trophy. So I thought that was great that they've been following me since I was a little guy all over the golf course, and they've loved golf, and now the Iowa Amateur Trophy is named after them. So I think that's a great thing. One guy in this room I really need to thank is Ken Shaw. You know, this spring I wasn't playing so great, and you know, I'm 53 years old, and you know, I could be in better shape, and so I went and saw Kenny first part of June, I think, and I don't hit the ball as far as I used to, and I just kind of, everybody's stronger and longer, and you know, I just don't, you know, I used to hit my irons like lasers, and I don't do that anymore, and he said, well, let me see you hit a few balls. So I hit 4 or 5 balls, and he stood back there, he didn't say anything, he looked at me, he goes, "You don't look like Gene Elliott." What does that mean? He says, "I remember you at the Iowa Open at Burlington Country Club." Well, shoot, that was like 1985 or something. And he says, "You stood nice and tall and you hit it, you know, and everything." But I've been working with Ken quite a bit this year, and it's been one of my best years I've had in a long time. So thanks for everything. I appreciate it. You know, golf is only as good as the future of the game. And ladies like Paige and Matt Walker and Jeff Swagel, and you know, they're really nice young people. They're ladies and they're gentlemen, and I haven't been around you much, Paige, but I've heard good things. But I know Matt Walker and I know Jeff Swagel, and you know, having people like that coming up through the ranks in Iowa golf, you know, we're going to be in good shape. And just it's good to have young people like you and coming up and playing against old geezers like me. So thanks for everything.